The reason why people are saying they think this is one of the better speeches he's given is because it is a break with what he typically does. It wasn't policy heavy. It was more sort of, it was like a values-based argument, right? And it was, if you try to, deport our friends and neighbours, our nurses, our teachers, but we will fight you.
Yeah.
Which I think Labour-inclined people, members of the electorate, have kind of been really worried or crying out for. Remember when we were talking a couple of weeks ago about the Peter Kyle's reaction to the Big Tommy Big Tommy march?
And he said it was beautiful.
He was like, "I love free speech."
Yeah,
it's beautiful. Starmer's, they've fixed that, and they're not afraid to say, like, no, we're gonna have a fight with these people, and we're gonna take them on, which is very important. I mean, there was still.
It's too late. It's late though, isn't it? To do.
Did
it take them this long to work out that that's fine to do?
I think he's done for. Like, just to be absolutely clear, I think he's a dead player. Like he is, according to polling, he is the most unpopular prime minister since polling began. He has a net favourability rating of -70. That's worse than Thatcher's ever rated. That's worse than Sunak ever rated. That's worse than Truss. Like, it's very, very bad. And I think giving a relatively emotive speech that puts Farage, that defines Farage as your enemy, and that's a word he uses, right? He says enemy. I think that is a gamble. Like, it's fine to say, "All right, we're going to take you on, we're going to fight you," but it is not without risk to say these guys are the opposition, because people may go, yeah, they are the opposition, and actually we want them to be the government. You're sort of, it was kind of Biden's thing.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm falling to pieces and dying in front of you on camera,
but I'll die for you.
But I'll die for you, and I'm better than that guy. And the electorate goes, I actually don't think. I think I prefer the other guy, actually. So I think that's not without risk. But I think fundamentally, the Starmer's central contention in that speech, there's a bit where he goes, they say, they're the politics of division. They say this country is broken, but the man that goes and cleans up the racist graffiti off a Chinese takeaway, the people that came out to rebuild, their local area in the wake of the riots, the country's not broken. And I think large parts of the electorate will listen to that and go, actually, your central thesis, your central contention, that there might be components of the state that don't work properly, like the prison system or whatever, they are broken. But actually our position is, no, the country is, whether it's the fundamental economic settlement, whether it's social justice, take your pick, any vote. And there are a ton of people who would say, no, I believe this country is broken and we need to change it. Burnham kind of had similar, right, in all of his leadership maneuvers. His pitch is kind of, we need to take certain utilities into public control. We need proportional representation. He's talking about relatively radical changes.
Yeah,
Starmer's pitch is not that, and I think that's essentially where he'll fall down. I think May is when it will happen.
Yeah, I think it'd be quite hard to be optimistic about like cutting the half-time oranges. Still, you might still do that.
No, I thought it was nice.
No, I thought no, but it is nice.
That was as close as it got to Partridge.
But I didn't even think it was that Partridge. I thought people were taking the piss out of that. I just did the same. But like, regardless of how nice those experiences are, your community football club hasn't had funding in however long. You need new goalposts. There's no lines painted on it anymore. You don't have any kit.
Reeves is opening a library in every primary school. That's nice.
That is nice.
We like that.
Yeah,
we're pro reading.
Love reading. Take some of our books, please.
This is a primary school.
I'm sure they'd love Blackfield. Did you see, semi-tangentially, did you see Nicola Milano's new video?
No.
He went undercover at the Unite the Right.
Oh,
rally.
Yeah, I did. He did whiteface.
He did do whiteface.
He like Drewski.
Yeah, worse than Drewski's, I think.
Yeah, well,
like,
he doesn't have an American budget.
True, but like he was interviewing all these absurdly racist people
Yeah.
who, believe it or not, were at the Unite the Right
No.
rally. And
Well, don't you just love free speech, Ed? Beautiful flag waving.
Like, I've been to these things and heard these things before, and I suppose the difference is they thought
He was
Nick was a fellow traveller,
Yeah.
and so we're mask off. Holy shit, this is what I think about black people. Stunning. It was like,
Yeah, terrifying, I guess.
yeah, and also remarkably brave from him to do it, because he's not exactly welcome. He's made a career out of taking the piss out of these people and had like death threats as a result.
Yeah.
So to go undercover as a not white person.
It's one of the first things. One of the first bits of political content I did at Joe was a write-up of one of his videos where he had the heat-activated T-shirts that was, pretty sure this was him, I might misremembering it. He St. George's Day thing, he was giving out T-shirts that when, like, warmed up with body heat, I think they said, like, St. George is Palestinian, Turkish or something. It's quite funny.
That is good.
On flag waving, I mean, I haven't quite found the place to steal it and inject it into the conversation so far, but I just want to draw attention to Hickey's warm-up bit before we started.
It was really fun.
Rolling, where he did an impression of Starmer. Do you just want to come round and do it, Sean? Because it was good. Oh, maybe not. Do you want to shout it at us? No? He said that his father, he was doing an impression of Keir, and he said, my father was a patriot and my mother was a flower. And that was really fucking funny. Father. My father was a patriot. I make love.
Hates my mother.
That was Nigel Farage hates my mother.
Calling freelancers, small and mid-sized business owners. Tide's Instant Saver account offers up to 4% AER variable, flexible access, and competitive returns.
Unlike other options on the market, you won't need to hold your money with Tide for a fixed period. That means you'll have instant access and free withdrawals whenever you need it.
You can get started today with just £1, making it easy to start growing your business savings.
Want to know what you'll earn? Tide's clever calculator gives you a clear picture up front.
Our audience will receive £100 cash back when you deposit £5,000 within the first 30 days of opening your Tide Instant Saver account.
Use code JOE, that's JOE, JOE. New members receive an annual equivalent rate of up to 4% AER variable, free for 6 months. For the full offer, visit tide.co/Joe. T's and C's apply. But he said,
Did you see Nat Farage's response?
oh yeah, fucking pull the other one.
It's like, you're endangering me by
Yeah.
calling me racist.
Can you imagine? Sorry. I just want to, I'll pose this to you. British politician says, let's cool down the rhetoric
Yeah.
and turn away from the politics of division. I'll give you one guess. Who was it?
Hey, hey, people, hey, there's people who have heard of me and they might think I'm a racist now.
After what you said.
They haven't looked at my entire career.
Ignore the canon. Ignore the corpus.
Paul McCartney.
How about we all just cool things down a little bit?
Paul McCartney going live on Twitter to reject the claim that he's a Beatle. You're putting me in danger.
Keir Starmer is fomenting division in Britain.
Hey.
Starmer would be pleased if he actually could sort of inspire sort of any kind of emotive or visceral reaction in anyone.
No, I think he does. That's a problem.
Yeah.
I think.
No, Farage, clear. I mean, they really try. It's reform is quite deliberate, and once you come aware of it, it's really obvious. They just try to transplant components of the sort of the politics of the right in America to the UK, and so. Oh, Trump, the ICE agents are sort of going door knocking and mass deporting people. Right, well, let's do it in the UK and definitely leave to remain. See you later. Or, as in the wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination, radical leftists, this culture of violence, NGOs that foment violence, as JD Vance said, we're going to come after you. And so now it's, oh no, we are the radical left. There is a radical leftist in Downing Street who
He's a guy. There was a I don't know who it was, but like it was a right wing YouTuber, far right, radical right YouTuber was outside Labour conference and was calling it like communist convention or something like that. Like
Funny.
There is a communist party. There's loads of communist parties. They're not there.
Yeah, there are there are gatherings of the British left.
Yeah.
But the world transformed.
Yes.
That will happen in a couple of weeks' time. Didn't coincide with Labour conference this year. That your party is having a conference, right?
Green Party.
Yeah.
Revolutionary Communist Party.
Do they have conferences?
Yeah, they do
Every day. There's a fucking conference going on with that lot. To be fair, no, it's just it's demonstrably laughable. This is the man who, in the wake of the Brexit referendum, gives his speech and says victory without a shot being fired. Within a week, I want to say, of Joe Cox's murder.
Yeah.
It's Breaking Point poster, etc. Who was ramping up? Regular listeners will know. I'm not here for let's have civility politics. I think it should be confrontational. I think it should be aggressive. I think that it's life and death, and doesn't bother me that there's emotion involved in it. But doing the boohoo Keir Starmer's like endangering me, I mean that's for the birds.
Yeah.
There's been some absolute zingers on Farage.
Yeah.
Wes Streeting and Starmer have both like absolutely eviscerated him.
Well, what did Streeting say?
So Ferrari put that Nigel Farage says you're endangering him, and Starmer says something like, oh please, and then he goes like, gonna shock. Words to the effect, I'm gonna shock you, Nick. Not the first thing I've disagreed with Nigel Farage, but the last. Streeting said Farage is the same age as Brad Pitt but looks 20 years older, which is really funny. And then there was he was like, I saved it. He said Nigel. He was like, Nigel Farage loves free speech so much. Here's some free speech for you, Nigel.
That's good.
And then absolutely sends it at him. One sec. He said, if Nigel Farage likes free speech so much, here's some. Your party put out a racist leaflet about Anas Sarwar. You got it. That leaflet was racist. Condemn it. Apologise. To immigrants, Farage says, go home. I say, you are home.
Wow.
I thought Wes has been pretty good on the broadcast about Nigel. Yeah, there was something about he was doing a paracetamol Tylenol thing.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, basically, it's no surprising with health advice like that if Nigel Farage is the same age as Brad Pitt, he looks 20 years older than him. Which is quite good. Oh, there's been a murder. Someone call Keir Starmer.
He can't come. He's trapped in the flag he's wearing. Help! Somebody! Hoisted by my own petard. What did you make of Owen Jones got kicked out
Yeah, he did.
from the Labour conference and Rivka Brown from Novara?
So I don't know why Rivka got kicked out. And is Owen just doing his usual pestering, doorstepping?
Yeah.
Presumably with like a Gaza flavour.
I guess so.
Look, I think for me, one of the joys of party conference season is the Owen Jones edit.
Oh yeah, it's always great.
I really enjoy watching them.
I thought you were going to say pretending, and I was like, well, there's no joy.
Bro, I haven't been for years, and I hold high hopes of keeping it that way. No, I love watching him chasing hapless cabinet ministers around party conferences, whether when the Tories are in power, they let him in. I can't imagine they'll accredit him for this one.
I think they might do. They need it.
They need it.
They need attention.
Or at Labour, and actually, you actually get a real feel for the kind of political nous charisma of some of the cabinet ministers, because essentially, like, if they have a back and forth with him, like when you've done Rees-Mogg and he's actually been receptive, and actually had a conversation, you actually watch it and go, all right, fair enough.
Yeah.
You've got something, you've got a bit about you.
Yeah, you're clever or quick.
Yeah. Or you can do this. Versus you see someone shrink and you're like,
and they just repeat a line.
You've just been like, you are pathetic. Not because Owen isn't a sort of quite forceful journalist, because he is. I just mean you hold an office of state.
You should be able to engage with this person, this journalist,
asking you a question.
Yeah, and engaging with it.
Yeah, exactly.
On an issue you're presumably better briefed about than this person.
Equally, it's tough because it's a freedom. I think it's freedom of the press, freedom of information type issue. It is their conference, and they have the right to block anyone from attending, as we found out with the Tories, and just blacklisted us and wouldn't let us in. You know, you can make high-minded arguments about, you know, freedom of the press, but at the end of the day, political party, they generally have quite antagonistic and oppositional relationships with the media, don't they? So it's not, you know, it's not the greatest surprise in the world to me.
It's not surprising. I think it's a bit rubbish.
Yeah, I agree.
Like you would hope the party in power was able to defend their ideas and plans with an oppositional journalist.
You think so?
You hope so. I'd like that to be the case. I'm not sure that is the case.
It's Starmer probably. He danced around. He didn't name Corbyn. He didn't name Burnham. He didn't name Polanski. But he sort of linked. He said, "Our critics on the left and right, and the politics of grievance."
Mm-hmm.
And I think his sort of that faction of the Labour Party probably puts Owen in that category as someone with the socialist politics. But I kind of think, well, people have a right to be aggrieved.
Thanks to Tide and their instant savings account for sponsoring this week's podcast.
New members receive an annual equivalent rate of up to 4% AER variable.
Our audience will receive £100 cash back when you deposit £5,000 within the first 30 days of opening your Tide Instant Saver account.
Use code JOE. For the full offer, visit tide.co/Joe. T's and C's apply.